The day my best friend got married, I wasn't crying happy tears at her wedding. I was sitting on my bedroom floor at 2 a.m., staring at her Instagram photos, the ones where she was wearing a white lace wedding dress, smiling brighter than I had ever seen her, while my own mother stood right beside her as one of her bridesmaids. I wasn't invited. I wasn't told. I wasn't even a thought. 15 years of friendship, hundreds of 3 a.m. phone calls, matching tattoos on our wrists, the person I called my sister, and she chose the woman who had broken me my whole life to stand next to her on the biggest day of hers. That was the moment I realized everything I thought I knew about loyalty was a lie.
My name's Annika, and Jenna had been my safe place since we were 19. We met in college during a late-night study session and instantly clicked. She knew every dark corner of my life, how my mother's emotional manipulation had left deep scars, how I struggled with anxiety after my father's death, how my marriage to Rohan had gone through infertility hell. I knew hers too. The toxic ex who almost destroyed her, the panic attacks, the fear of abandonment. We were each other's family when blood failed us. That Friday, I had come home tired from work and was scrolling mindlessly when the post appeared. At first, I thought it was old photos. Then I zoomed in. Jenna, in a wedding gown. My mother in a pastel dress, holding flowers, laughing like she belonged there. The caption from another girl read, "Yesterday was pure magic. Honored to stand with my girls." My hands started shaking so badly I dropped the phone. I called Jenna 14 times, straight to voicemail. At 7:42 p.m., she finally replied with a cold text. "I'm sorry you found out this way. I didn't want to hurt you, but your mom has been there for me when I needed her. I hope one day you can understand." Understand? She had been playing both sides, comforting me with one hand and stabbing me with the other. The betrayal cut deeper than any romantic breakup. This wasn't just a friend. This was my chosen sister, the one who had seen me at my absolute lowest and promised she would never leave. I cried for days. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Rohan found me one night on the bathroom floor, sobbing so hard I couldn't breathe. I felt stupid, worthless, and completely disposable. How could I have been so blind? All those times she said, "I'm always on your side." They were lies. I took down every photo of us. I removed the matching tattoo from my profile pictures. I blocked her everywhere. The grief felt like a death, except the person was still alive and thriving on social media. For months, I became a ghost of myself. I questioned every friendship I had. Trust issues I thought I had healed came roaring back. I pushed people away, terrified of being betrayed again. Work suffered. My marriage strained under the weight of my silence and sudden emotional unavailability. Then came the lowest point. One rainy evening in December, I sat in my car outside our old college cafe and just screamed. I screamed for the friendship I had lost, for the sister I thought I had, for the little girl inside me who never felt safe with her own mother and had desperately tried to build safety with Jenna. That night, I decided I couldn't continue like this. I started therapy again, this time seriously, twice a week. In those sessions, I learned hard truths. I had ignored small red flags for years because I was scared of being alone. I had normalized disloyalty because that's what my mother taught me love looked like. I had shrunk myself in relationships just to keep the peace. Therapy forced me to face the painful pattern. I had been choosing people who reminded me of my mother's conditional love. The healing was slow and ugly. There were days I wanted to text Jenna and beg for answers. There were nights I missed her so much it physically hurt. But I stayed disciplined. I journaled,
I went for runs. I read books on boundaries and betrayal trauma. Slowly, something shifted. I started noticing people who were already in my life, but whom I had never fully let in. Mara from my book club, the quiet, kind woman who brought me homemade soup when I was sick and never asked for gossip in return. Leah, my neighbor, with whom I began long dog walks and shared playlists at midnight. Rachel, a new colleague, who gave honest feedback